Shit, it's Chris, the motherfucking writer, you know what I'm saying, on your screen and shit. You know, um, I'm new, you know what I'm saying, to this. I've been wanting to do this, be a YouTube creator, you know what I'm saying, content creator for quite some time now, you know what I'm saying, and procrastination, and fear has held me back. And my whole purpose, and I'm not going to allow, I'm sorry, y'all. I do have ADHD, so I know that there will be times that I will be rambling. I will go from subject to subject to subject. Talking to an ADHD person is fun as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because you can cover 20 subjects in 5 minutes with a motherfucker who got ADHD. I promise you that. But what I'm trying to say is I'm not going to allow fear, you know what I'm saying, to stop me anymore from achieving my goals. I done been through the ringer. And when I say I done been through the ringer, and I'm still going through the ringer, you know what I'm saying? I done battled addiction, but I didn't overcome, you know what I'm saying, that shit. Some addictions are healthier, you know what I'm saying, than others, now, not that I didn't have it before as well, but now, I just smoke my weed mainly, and I'm okay with that. That hardcore shit, it took me through there, you know what I'm saying, that shit took me through there, for real, you know what I'm saying. I don't even look like, you know what I'm saying, I've been on drugs, or sound like, you know what I'm saying, I've been on drugs, but I was, I lost 10 years of my life, my entire 20s, you know what I'm saying, my entire 20s, I lost, due to drug addiction. But it took me 2 times, going to treatment, and the second time around, I finally, you know what I'm saying, I got it right, because I want more for myself. At some point, some shit just gets old, you know what I'm saying, and we all go through shit. But if you are not evolving as a human being, that is a problem. If you are stagnant, that is a problem. You cannot be stagnant for too long, and you have to reach deep. And when I say deep, you gotta reach deep. Like when you remember when you was a kid and you was trying to reach deep to get that last cookie out that damn cookie jar. That's what you gotta do. You gotta reach deep. You know what I'm saying, within yourself, to fucking you gotta reach deep to make it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not here to try to force religion, you know what I'm saying, upon anyone, but if you are a believer, you know what I'm saying, of God, then you understand, that everything you do, you need to put God first. And if you don't have God, you know what I'm saying, may you find him. Or whatever your what am I trying to say? Damn. ADHD. Whatever your, let me say, you know what I'm saying, spiritual preferences. Because I mean, people, they have other gods. Whoever your God is, you know what I'm saying, believe that they got you. They will shield and protect you. They will have mercy when mercy is due. When the world gives up on you, Your spirit guides won't. Your spirit guides won't. Your guardian angel, archangel. Should have said God first, you know what I'm saying? But y'all get what I'm trying to say. But anyway, my whole purpose of doing this is I just want to be a beacon of peace. You know what I'm saying? For others. I want to be the type of person after you done had a long day, you know what I'm saying? In your spare time, you watching my shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm right now living, you know what I'm saying, in a hotel. You know what I'm saying? I am confined, you know what I'm saying, to a room. Now that's my friend's side right there. He could have made up the bed, but apparently he doesn't give a fuck about his side. But he has a nice shoe collection. There's the door. There's his little section. Now my section is more so dead. The only live thing about my section is my bed. I'm saying, but I didn't show that to y'all to brag about what I don't have, because I could go on and on about the things that I don't have. But I can't. Neither can you continue to go like that. You're gonna miss what's in front of you if you keep focusing on all the wrong things. You know, I may not have much right now, but I do believe that I will, you know what I'm saying, become wealthy. I will, you know what I'm saying. I believe that wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? I know this is so random, and I know this sounds crazy, but I am obsessed with the show Baddies, okay? I will admit that I am obsessed with the show Baddies. Now, I don't want to go on there to be a part of the cast. I mean, I can be, but I'm not really a fighter, and I'm not even about to pretend, you know what I'm saying, to be somebody else that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about it is a bitch ain't never scared. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Memphis, so all of the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? People can miss me with that. But I don't know. I've had a little obsession for a little time, just binge watching the fuck out of Baddies. I done watched all the fucking seasons, and I think my favorite season, oh my God, like it's so hard to say what my favorite season was. Let's see. I want to say definitely Baddies East. Baddies East was live. Baddies East was live. I want to say Baddies West was live. Let's see. I mean, pretty much all of them was live except the ATL one. The ATL one, I don't know. I mean, it was pretty cool. It was late. It was more so laid back. It was given more so laid back. But the seasons after that, you know, y'all definitely turned this shit up. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I have a desire to try to meet with Natalie. You know what I'm saying? And her team, and possibly, you know, collaborate, you know what I'm saying, on some major projects, you know what I'm saying. I have so many ideas, you know, and I don't know, spiritually, like, I don't know, I'm like obsessing about this idea and shit, and I don't know, you know, I don't know if anything will come of that. But yeah, like, I've got a desire, I've got so many ideas, you know what I'm saying, for the women. I'm a bag, you know what I'm saying? I'm beneficial to the team, you know what I'm saying? I don't sing and rap, but I write, and I write very well. In fact, it's the only thing that I do well. Yeah, when I think about all the jobs that I've gone through in my lifetime, in my 32 years of living. Well, I haven't been working 32 years, but I'm 32 years old. And I've been working, you know what I'm saying, for quite some time, since I was 17 years old. And I can honestly say that no wonder I left, you know what I'm saying, so many jobs, because I'm just not intrigued, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's not my purpose. You know, I know that I have to do what I have to do, you know, right now to survive, which I am, you know what I'm saying? But it just doesn't bring me happiness. It's not meaningful. You know what I'm saying? Just working a job. It's just, for me personally, I'm speaking about myself. It's just, it's not meaningful. There's no purpose for me. You know what I'm saying? In that you learn the value of hard work, yes. You know, but apart from that, you know, and you may learn how to communicate, you know what I'm saying, with people and work with people. Those are the benefits, you know, of working, that you learn, you know what I'm saying, early on, you know, how to resolve, you know, work related conflict, you know what I'm saying. Those situations happen. But what I'm trying to say is that I have let go. I'm letting go of everything that no longer serves me. Whether it be relationships, a job, you know what I'm saying, hobbies, you know what I'm saying, well, whatever the case may be, you know, I'm just letting go of everything. And I have let go of some things already, but as I continue my journey, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to continue to let go of things that don't serve me. And y'all need to do the same thing too. You know what I'm saying? If you've got some things in your life that is causing you, you know, emotional turmoil, mental and emotional and spiritual turmoil. You know what I'm saying? You need to let them go. Chris, the motherfucking writer, says let that shit go. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let it go. And I am so proud of myself for taking this step and stepping outside of my comfort zone. And that's how you grow, when you step outside of your comfort zone. And my God, when I think of all the moments that I had to step outside of my comfort zone, those were the most memorable moments for me, because they had such a significant impact on me spiritually. Hallelujah. Been watching a bit too much Tyler Perry lately. Hallelujah. It's beautiful. Shit, I want to even meet him one day and collaborate with him. You know what I'm saying? I deserve to sit at the table full of bosses, baby. Shit, you know. But I'm going to give y'all a rundown on, like, just, you know, I'm going to give y'all some titles that a bitch been working on, you know, for stories and shit. One one story that I'm working on right now is called Time. Now, Time, I'm going to make it into a two-part series. I know that I originally said that I wasn't going to tell you guys what it's about, but I'm going to just give y'all a sneak peek into the mind, you know what I'm saying, of Chris, the writer, you know what I'm saying, the money maker. Time, I'm thinking about making it into a two-part series. Now, because I am, you know, a person who has battled addiction, and I am a grateful recovering addict, I want Time part one to be about a series of short stories of people still battling addiction and people who have overcome addiction. And part two, I want it to lean more so towards, I'm trying to word it, give me just a second. I want it to lean more so towards what people have, how how I can word this better is how people, the situations that people are currently experiencing right now in time. You know what I'm saying? And ways they, whatever, I think I'm going to make part 2 pretty much whatever, whoever is willing to be a part of the project. You know what I'm saying? Because I want these 2 stories to be more so like documentaries. You know what I'm saying? You know, of short stories, you know. And so part 2, I think I'm going to give whoever is going to be a part of the project the green light to discuss whatever it is they want to discuss, whatever it is they're currently going through in time, or, you know what I'm saying, like whatever the case may be, you know. And so that's time. The second story is the process. And Lord, this has most definitely been a process. Third story is the climax. The fourth story is greed. Greed. The crazy thing is I had actually started on greed 3 years ago. And greed was a 3-parter. You know, this is when I was living in Texas at the time. And, you know, I was in my addiction still. And I did some stupid shit, you know what I'm saying? I had a laptop. And greed was a 3-parter. You know what I'm saying? And it was a novel, you know what I'm saying? Part 1 was completed. And part 2 was completed. And I had just started part 3. I was like, I had a long way to go, but I had a good amount, you know what I'm saying, of pages written. And my dumb ass fucking shit pawned my damn laptop, and the plan was, you know, I just needed some quick money at the time, and the plan was to get it back, but I never got it back. I never went to get it back. My addiction would not allow me to go get my laptop back. You know what I'm saying? At the time, you know, this is years ago. But when I lost all of my work that I had written at the time, that really upset me. It really upset me. You know, I couldn't be mad at nobody but my damn self. You know what I'm saying? But it really upset me because I worked really hard, you know, on my stories. And I will never let that happen again. You know what I'm saying? But everything happens for a reason. And the way, when I finally did calm down and shit, the way I saw it was God wanted me to go a different route with these ideas that I have. That's why I feel he took it away from me. You know what I'm saying? It was taken away from me because I needed to go a different route. Not that the route that I went before wasn't good, but you know what I'm saying? Some shit has to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So that you can be better. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always want to become better. You know what I'm saying? Always. You know, and so that's that. Story 5 is Beautiful Souls. Story 6 is Hummingbirds Sing. And story 7 is Sorry. You know, sorry. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna, you know, tell you what the others are about. I mean, I have so many. I want to do skits. You know what I'm saying? I want to be on the big screen, you know what I'm saying? And with my craft and shit, I know that it's only a matter of time. And so it's definitely been a pleasure being here, you know what I'm saying, with you guys, whoever is willing to watch this. But hopefully one day I can meet Natalie and meet the baddies, you know what I'm saying, and fucking network, you know. And that's not the only place I want to go, you know what I'm saying, in this world. But, you know, it would be dope as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It really would be dope as fuck. But, um, right now, shit, I feel like that's all I have to say right now. You know what I'm saying? And so, I will end with this, though, right now. If you are in a phase in your life like me right now, where you feel like nothing is making sense, every effort that you put forward, it just seems like you're being smacked in the face. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. You hear me? Keep going. Because when you are close to a breakthrough, nothing is going to make sense around you. And nothing is making sense around me right now. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying? A part of me has figured some of it out, you know what I'm saying? But not all. I'm trying to figure out why I'm in a hotel room with a man, you know what I'm saying? You know, even though we just friends and shit, but I'm a whole lesbian. You know what I'm saying? And so God, he definitely has a sense of humor. And I do believe I figured out part of it. Like I said, I do believe that me and him, we were brought together because he's a phenomenal writer as well. That's how we met. We met at work. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we started talking about different shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I definitely feel like God has brought us together to definitely do our big one. Definitely. I definitely feel that. And I don't think it's anything more to it. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you think you're going through some shit, just remember it's everybody else is going through shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm a whole lesbian in a hotel room with a man. Yeah. We're splitting these bills. You know what I'm saying? A bitch needed somewhere to go. You know what I'm saying? Because I made a fucking stupid decision. I got kicked out the fucking sober living that I was living at because you know what I'm saying? I was eating gummies and I was smoking weed. That was towards the end because the program that I was in, you know what I'm saying? I got tired of him. I got tired of him. I learned what I needed to learn. You know what I'm saying? But I know that I truly have overcome hardcore, you know what I'm saying, addiction. You know what I'm saying? I didn't play around with the shit so long. I honestly don't have a desire, you know what I'm saying, to fucking do no hardcore shit, but some weed and, you know, I'll have a drink, you know, here and there. But yeah, I got kicked out and, you know what I'm saying, what's crazy, let me tell y'all the story of that. I know I said I was gonna go, but like I said, life of talking to someone with ADHD. You know what I'm saying? We just, we are full of surprises. You know what I'm saying? But this is how it went down. So, you know what I'm saying? They got me good too. You know, I want to say my last 4 to 6 months there, I want to say maybe it was 4. It could be 4 or 5. My final 4 or 5 months that I was at the sober living, I got tired of the way that they were treating people and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was just so much going on. And I fell into a depression. I did. And, you know, I had to be honest with myself, you know. I'm still young. I'm 32 years old. Do I really want to be sober forever? Like no drinky drink? No blunt? No weed? No. You know, and I had to be honest with myself, and I had to have a conversation with the Lord. Like, for real, I told him, you know, I'm not done with the weed just yet. Just yet. Please have mercy on me, God. I'm not done with the weed just yet. You know what I'm saying? I still like getting high. You know what I'm saying? I like to have fun, you know. I'm a vibe, you know what I'm saying? I'm a good time, you know. And I like hanging with like-minded individuals. You know what I'm saying? Shit, who wants to be cooped up in the house all day? Shit, I want to be outside. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that isolation shit'll fuck your ass up mentally. But they got me good. So check this out. I had got off work. My shift at the time, because I no longer have the same job. I am starting a new job. You know what I'm saying? Monday. But anyway, the shift that I was working, it was 5 in the morning to 3:30 in the afternoon. So I got off work. I went home, took a shower, ate, got good and comfortable. You know, I got a TV in my fucking room, and me and my roommate, we able to watch TV and shit. You know what I'm saying? Make it a little cozy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about, I done got so comfortable, I done fell asleep watching my favorite TV show, Baddies. You know what I'm saying? Man, I want to say like around fucking 9 o'clock at night. I fucking wake up because my roommate at the time, she worked third shift. And so, like, when her alarm was going off so that she could get up and start getting ready for work and shit, man, I'm talking about we hearing boom, 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 like it was the motherfucking police at the goddamn door, you know? And I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? That shit, I jumped right up out my sleep. But one thing about it that I remember is I was so relaxed. You know what I'm saying? I was overwhelmed with a peace that I had never felt before, you know, because normally in a situation like that, when you're about to be kicked out of somewhere and if you don't have anywhere to go, that it's gonna cause panic. But I was just so calm. I will never forget that. I was just so calm. I did not give a fuck. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? And so the director, you know what I'm saying? We opened the door and shit. She's saying that, you know what I'm saying? She gonna drug test everybody in the house, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. I had a detox drink. You know them fucking Carbo 32 drinks. So, you know, I had like a big mega fucking detox drink, you know what I'm saying? And I saved it specifically for that moment, for when it happened. You know, I wanted to try to protect myself, so I thought, you know what I'm saying? But I'm in a closet, right? While my roommate taking her test, I'm in a closet because we had a walk-in closet. I'm in a fucking closet. I'm talking about trying to down that bitch, man. In the midst of me fucking doing that shit, it was just too much liquid for me to consume in such a fucking short period of time. And in the midst of me doing that, I said, you know, I stopped. This shit got my stomach hurting. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's damn. You know, I couldn't even fucking consume all of the shit. I had to just accept the fact, okay, I don't think I'm going to pass it. And it's okay. You know what I'm saying? So when it was my time, you know what I'm saying, and shit, I went into the bathroom. The director got to watch you and shit. So fucking uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I know that there's a way. You know what I'm saying? I could have fucking put the fucking cup in the water. But I was ready to go. So I was ready to go. Just, you know, it was nothing meaningful there, you know. And so in the end, I really did not give a fuck. And I know I keep saying that. But anyway, so I take my fucking drug test and I go back to the room, you know what I'm saying, to have a conversation with my roommate. And I'm like in there telling her and shit. I'm like, damn, you know, this may be it. You know what I'm saying? Well, of course, we'll keep in touch. I already had her contact information. In the midst of this, I'm trying to contact the friend that I'm living with right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to fucking call his ass. He's not fucking answering. He is not fucking answering. And I'm like, okay, there's nobody else for me to call, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? What am I going to do? You know, I done lived in a shelter, you know, years ago, you know, not just for 3 months though. You know what I'm saying? But and shelter is not a place that you want to be. Shit, I ain't never been to jail, but it gives it pretty close. You know, that experience, I never want to experience that again. But anyway, I'm in the room chunking it up with my fucking roommate at the time, and she was like, shit, somebody had to have snitched. I wonder if she snitched on me. That was going through my head, because I was like, I would bring her drinks, you know what I'm saying, home sometime. When I would get off work, you know what I'm saying, I stop at the store, because she drinks. That's her thing. You know what I'm saying? So she kept my secret. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Discernment is a motherfucker, and it's good to have. It's good to have. You can see straight through a motherfucker. It's good to have. And I don't know. It was just something about it. And I don't know, if she snitched on me, but it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I wasn't even mad. I thanked whoever snitched on me, because I was tired. My soul was tired. But anyway, she was saying somebody had to have snitched. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been getting away with it all this goddamn time, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? This shit happened. Yes, somebody said something was done. Anyway. I'm just surprised that I got away with it for as long as I did. She could have turned me in months ago. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't. And like I said, I would bring her drinks. You know what I'm saying? To like keep her quiet and shit, keep her satisfied. Whatever. But the director, she's in, you know what I'm saying, the fucking living room and shit with a dude that worked in guest services in the program and shit. And they called me. You know what I'm saying? They called everyone. What was crazy is they had called everyone into the living room, and then they was like, everybody go back to your rooms except Chris. And at that point, you know what I'm saying, I had already known. I had already knew it was a done dilly, you know what I'm saying? But what pissed me off is I had such a short amount of time to pack up my room. That's really what got me. I had to pack up my shit so fucking fast that, I didn't have time to to do anything. You know what I'm saying? In the midst of all of this, y'all, I am trying to contact my friends. Still, no motherfucking answer. Okay, so, fast forward. This is, I want to say 2 hours. It took me 2 hours to fucking finally pack up my goddamn room. It took me 2 hours. And you know what's crazy is I don't even have that much clothes and shoes. I don't know why it took me so long. I think it was a lot of fucking papers and shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck, but it took me 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? To fucking, you know what I'm saying, pack up everything. So, I pack up, you know what I'm saying, my shit. Okay, so y'all, when I stayed in there, the director and guest services, they had told me, blah, 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 you failed. And I didn't even try to lie. That's when I knew I really didn't give a fuck. I didn't even try to lie. I told the truth. Y'all, for real, I told the truth. I didn't hide a motherfucking thing. I let them know why I did it and everything. You know what I'm saying? And while I was talking to them, you know what I'm saying, I could definitely tell that they were shocked that because I was, you know what I'm saying, I'm the quiet one, you know what I'm saying, I'm laid back, I really don't bother people, you know what I'm saying, I really be to myself a lot, you know what I'm saying, and so, I'm pretty sure they were shocked, but I really don't feel like they should have been shocked, because there were warning signs. There was a warning sign. My major warning sign is I stopped going to meetings in the end. I stopped going to meetings because I was seeing that some other people in the program was neglecting their responsibilities. And so in my mind, I was like, why am I? Because the first few months that I was there, I'm doing my due diligence. You know what I'm saying? Like going above and beyond. You know, we had a curriculum every week that we had to do. I'm talking about I'm weeks ahead in my fucking curriculum. You know what I'm saying? I'm like really doing a damn thing, like overperforming, you know? And I got to a point one day where I said, what am I doing? You know, yes, you should go hard in your recovery, but what am I doing? Like, here I am, you know what I'm saying? Because the way that they had shit set up, we would go to this one fucking meeting, you guys. I can't make it up. From time to time, they'd switch it up where they send us to a different meeting, but it was the same fucking meeting. And I'm pretty sure that made a lot of people run away too. You know, the people in there talking monotone. I mean, that shit drove me crazy. But, you know what I'm saying? They would take us to the same meeting. And how it was set up is the meeting would start at fucking 8 o'clock, and they would have us leave out like at fucking 6 o'clock. And we'd be sitting up there for fucking 2 hours. You know, you can use that time to mingle with your sponsor, meet sponsors, or whatever the case may be. But I mean, it's like doing that routine every day. You know what I'm saying? Nah, and that's not even a half of it. That's just a small speck of shit. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so when we left the sober living, they, you know, because usually when somebody get kicked out and they don't have nowhere to go, they just leave them. They just leave them in the fucking middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? They do. They just leave you in the fucking middle of nowhere. So, in my mind, even though I was calm as shit, you know, in my mind I was like, wow, you know, I knew that I'd be able to eventually, you know, get in touch with my friend, you know what I'm saying? So I'm steady calling. Okay, so the first place that they ended up taking me was to a hospital. And before we had left the sober living, the director, she pretty much was like, if I take you to this hospital, you know, you're able to come back within a 5-day period. You just need to be here right now to just detox, you know. And I said, okay, you know, cool. I really did not want to go back to that motherfucker. I was asking God to please send me in a different direction, Lord. I can't take it. I cannot take it anymore. You know what I'm saying? I was over it. I was over it, honestly, when I first got into the program, which was a year ago. I was over it. But so this woman is telling me this shit. So we get to the hospital. I'm going through like the check-in process. The motherfuckers wouldn't take me. So I'm looking at her and I'm looking at them. And I'm like, oh, so y'all really with that bullshit. And at this time, like, y'all, it's like damn near fucking 11 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? So we're standing outside. We're trying to, you know, they didn't leave me right there. They could have. They could have. God is so good. So good. They could have right there. But I was telling them, can we try one more place, which was the crisis center. Now, I don't really have like any like mental issues like bipolar and schizophrenia, like none of that shit. So I don't know like the protocol for, you know what I'm saying, what it's like being in a psych ward, you know what I'm saying? So I went to the crisis center, and okay, on the way to the crisis center, the director had told me, if you want somewhere to go tonight, you need to lie and say, you need to lie and say something. So you guys, I took it upon myself to do just that. I understood the assignment because a bitch really did not have anywhere to go because I had not talked to my friend yet. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm telling these people I'm suicidal. I felt so bad, you know, but it's the truth, you know. If you don't lots to them places, you know what I'm saying, sometimes they just overlook you. You know what I'm saying? So I done told these people, I'm suicidal. Like I done said a whole mouthful. They on the phone, they doing the paperwork, you know what I'm saying, over the phone. I get there. I got my fucking luggages and shit. Whew. I'm trying not to cry, y'all, because this is where the miracle happens. I grabbed, you know what I'm saying, my luggages and shit. The moment was so surreal. I think reality was starting to hit me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to lie, I had ate 3 gummies before I had went to sleep, and that's probably why I woke up just so chill, just so laid back. But then again, I do believe it was God too. But reality for me started to kick in when I saw the fucking, the van drive away. And there I was in the parking lot of the crisis center with my fucking bags. And I thought to myself, oh, damn. I really have nowhere to fucking go. Chris, what have you done? You know what I'm saying? Why did you, why? You know what I'm saying? Why? Damn, you done fucked up. But at the same time, it was just still part of me where it was like, God was telling me, like, you're gonna be okay. Don't worry about it. I got you. That's what I kept feeling, even though in a way I was panicking a little bit. I could not get into a full panic because he wouldn't allow me to. So you guys, I finally am in the lobby of the fucking crisis center. And the people, it's like I have to wait 10 minutes. One woman, she comes out and she lets me know that she's finishing up some things and she'll be out with me shortly. So I'm in the lobby sitting down with my luggages at this point. I call my friend one last time because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, I've been trying you for like fucking 3, may feel like 4 fucking hours, bro. Like, damn, why you not picking up the damn phone? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So I called him one last time. He answered the phone. I was able to fucking tell him, everything, you know what I'm saying, that happened. You know what I'm saying? And I told him I ain't got nowhere to go. And it was fortunate for me because, he had got this room, he needed, you know what I'm saying, a little help, paying the bills and shit. So I said, okay, this is perfect. I ain't got nowhere to fucking go. You need some help? Cool. You know what I'm saying? So I hopped on that train with the quickness. But you guys, and they was being petty as hell with me. When the woman finally did come out, and after I had the conversation with my friend, I understand because I had lied. They were pissed, and they wanted to be petty with me. So they were still trying to take me through the intake process. And, I'm trying to tell them, hey, I really don't need to go through this. I told them why I lied. I was honest. I'm a very honest individual. You know what I'm saying? I'm very honest, majority of the time. If I do lie, most people when they lie is usually for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And then you just have habitual liars that just lie because they cannot help it. But anyway, they taking me through the intake process and shit, and telling this woman that's doing my intake process, hey, I have a friend that's coming to pick me up, and I think maybe she thought I was lying. And so she was like, this friend that you're speaking of, I need to speak with them, So I had to call them on the phone, you know what I'm saying and shit. And I did not tell my friend that I was at that. I told him where I was, but I didn't tell him that they were making me go through the intake process, all of that shit. So she's having to let him know to hide the knives and hide any sharp kitchen appliances, and that shit had me fucking rolling. I was trying so hard, y'all, not to fucking laugh, like, as I was sitting there, like, oh my God, that is one of the most craziest fucking experiences that I I've ever fucking gone through. You know what I'm saying? But after fucking 45 minutes of that bitch fucking playing with me and shit, asking me stupid ass motherfucking questions, after I done told her motherfucking ass that, you know what I'm saying, why? That, you know what I'm saying, this should really be over, ma'am. I should be in the fucking lobby at this point waiting for my friend. I'm sorry that I lied, but I had nowhere to go. You know, it don't make it right, but I tried to make it right. You know what I'm saying? I apologize. You know, that was my first time ever being in a situation like that. Like that. You know what I'm saying? So I did what I did, and it is what it is. But, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, after the fucking intake process was over and shit, and man, they made me put on a fucking, I don't even, man, a fucking plastic ass motherfucking suit. I don't even know what the fuck. I don't even know. It was just the scrubs. That's what the fuck I'm trying to say. They made me fucking put on the goddamn scrubs. And I was like, wow, man, this shit is really fucking depressing as fuck. You know. So anyway, y'all. That was the miracle. You know what I'm saying? Of that story. Like, and so me and my friend, like, we are in this fucking room together. And it's hard to manifest your dreams to reality. It's hard. That is not an easy process, and I know because I'm going through it. I'm getting hit with shit left and right, shit that's just not making any sense. None of it is making sense. But what I know is I don't have to understand everything. But when the right time comes, where God wants to reveal something to me, he's going to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so I just take it day by day. I do believe one day, very soon, me and my friend, we're gonna wake up and should probably be able to leave everything fucking behind. There's nothing I think I even want to take with me when I go to the next phase of my life. I'm just being completely honest. I think I just want to leave everything closed and whole and just completely transform. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, just walk into the next phase of my life with confidence. You know what I'm saying? That's what the fuck I want to do. And so I know that this video has honestly lasted longer than I thought it would be. I was so nervous, you know what I'm saying? I'm so shy, you know what I'm saying? So shy. But like I said, I'm so proud of myself that I did this. I know that I've been talking on and on and on. But like I said, y'all will be seeing more of me, you know, soon. You know what I'm saying? You guys will be able to meet my friend. And yeah, we're gonna start this YouTube shit. And like I said, you know, in the beginning, like I don't have any experience with this fucking video editing and shit, and you know what I'm saying, the bitch needs some help. So definitely, you know, throw some tips my way, or maybe I may get lucky and have a team that will take care of all the legwork, and maybe a bitch can just do what she do best and just fucking write. That's what the hell I want to do, to be honest. Just write, and y'all take care of the rest. Just write. Just let me sit back and look pretty / handsome, because I'm a pretty boy. But yes, you know what I'm saying, for real. That's what the fuck a bitch want to do. You know what I'm saying, with her life, you know. And so anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go right now. You know what I'm saying, and what I will say to end this video for real this time, I'm gonna actually end it for real this time, is I'm gonna say it again. Don't give up on yourself. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Because if you don't, how do you expect other people to? Y'all have a blessed day.